Customer Relations Final by Mark Garman. Bus512 Management Information Systems for Professor Ardito, California Baptist University, Fall 2015. In 1992, Starbucks went public with 140 stores, and from practically the very beginning, the company expanded at a breakneck pace, growing store count 40% to 60% a year. It wasn't just about the coffee. Growing from a net revenue $9.8 billion in 2009 to a whopping $14.9 billion in 2013 takes a lot more than a simple cup of coffee to have such a rapid growth in a short period of time. One of the main reasons for the overwhelming growth in revenue since Starbucks first launched is their customer relations branch. When it comes to profit, Starbucks is the #1 grossing company within the coffee market. While they offer quality food and beverages that keep customers coming back, their main base for customer loyalty lies within their customer relations. The Customer Voice program ensures customers enjoy their experience at Starbucks. The customer is able to call in and share their experience with live representatives at the particular Starbucks location they visited that day. After a customer has shared their experience, it is reviewed and the store location is given a score based upon the feedback provided by the customer. Through the Customer Voice program, the company is provided with data that can assist them with improving upon their current policies. This program has provided Starbucks with the opportunity to address specific customer needs and create customer loyalty that cannot be matched within its market. While each of the 4 domains aids in the success of the brand, they could still be built upon. Starbucks has many strengths, it has some weaknesses as well. The customer relations segment of the brand could be expanded upon in order to solidify the already high number of loyal Starbucks customers. The strength in the process domain of Starbucks' customer relations policy is the fact that they use surveys in order to gain customer feedback. Through their Customer Voice program, the customers answer yes and no questions about their experience. Any experience rated less than 90% positive visits is considered a failing grade. This is a great strength of theirs because it shows how the brand really strives to reach a very high level of customer satisfaction. To build and improve upon the process domain, Starbucks should implement a new passing rate of 95% or above. This still allows room for those customers who will simply never be pleased, while ultimately increasing customer satisfaction because the extra 5% will require an added level of attentiveness. Each store can ensure that it receives the correct feedback. Instead of it being an automated system, it is now live interaction between the customer and a Starbucks representative. This allows the representative to ask pertinent questions about the customer's visit to get optimal feedback on the store's performance. This process can help identify certain times of the day or particular days when service is exceptional or not up to par. A vital strength of the information knowledge domain of Starbucks' customer relations policy is that their Customer Voice program collects valuable feedback from its customers. The survey collects information about the specific date and time of the day of which customers visited the store, which is useful for trend analysis purposes. The data model used to collect information related to Starbucks customer service, food quality, store cleanliness, etc. The one-on-one interaction between a representative and consumers allows customers to provide information on their level of satisfaction by answering specific questions about their visit to several questions based on the food and customer service they received at Starbucks store they visited. This data collection format allows management to view the feedback provided and make changes to further drive the satisfaction of customer needs, which results in greater customer loyalty. To build upon their already strong information knowledge domain, the company should perfect the data collection by allowing input to be based on individual employee in specific cases where this is necessary. An imperative strength of the infrastructure domain for Starbucks Customer Voice program is that it is now more efficient because the customer gets to talk to a live representative about their visit. The representatives are easily accessible to any customer with internet access via a phone with quick response time. The software is designed to make it easy for any customer to call in and talk to a representative where they can relay the information to the store that very day. With the customers being able to talk to a live person instead of an automated system, it allows the representative to diffuse any hostile consumer complaints as much as possible. They have the option to give complimentary items such as drinks or food if the issue at hand warrants it. The computer system used by employees is simple and provides accurate sales information to headquarters in Seattle. To build upon and improve the infrastructure domain, Starbucks should switch from a federalized system to a decentralized system in order to geographical sales trends. A great strength of the organization domain of Starbucks customer relations policy lies within their mission statement for each and every store to connect with customers, uplift their lives, and provide their customers with a sense of belonging. This is perhaps their most influential part of their customer relations plan and makes Starbucks customer service the highest in its market. Customer interaction with employees allows for a welcoming environment in which the customer's voice is almost always heard. In order to build and expand upon their customer voice program, Starbucks should add a series of employee-specific questions to their customer surveys. This way, the organization domain can be perfected through feedback about specific employees as opposed to only store-specific feedback. Putting customers first is a major strength because if customers feel cared for and leave satisfied after each visit, they will remain loyal to their Starbucks store. Even though I am attempting to establish a better system for Starbucks customer voice, there will always be a weakness in some form or fashion. This portion will attempt to identify the potential weaknesses that the newly developed system may encounter, discuss attempts that may potentially be made in order to terminate the weaknesses discovered, as well as possibly transform these weaknesses into strengths that Starbucks can implement as an overall company and gain a competitive advantage over their competition. Customer service or satisfaction doesn't just stop at the one-on-one interaction between the customer and the employee at the register. A customer can be dissatisfied with the employee's conduct, how their drink was made, or even as small as the transaction of passing the drink off to the customer. Once the customer places their survey, a beacon of some sort needs to be set off, automatically linked to the store's video system, going to the exact time this dissatisfaction occurred. This will allow the two to be linked and saved to be viewed at a later time, as Starbucks has many stores and headquarters may not be able to get to the footage right away. With this new system in place, it has great improvements towards customer satisfaction, but there is not an established system that keeps track of all the Starbucks employees who receive infractions, also known as bad customer service. There has to be repercussions of some sort, and there has to be a limit before termination sets in. After all, a dissatisfied customer can sway them to go to Starbucks competition, which is why Starbucks is so high on customer satisfaction. This will help weed out the bad employees at a significantly higher rate, hopefully replacing them with more dedicated, hardworking employees that Starbucks wants working for them. With the new system in place, I hope it will capture all the flaws within the process, procedures, business tools, tasks that encode business rules, and dependencies required to support the various functions within a business, or at least minimize them so they are hardly noticeable. As pointed out, I want to make the system easier to use. An avenue for ease of use is to implement kiosks in Starbucks stores so that the customers can take the surveys right then and there while also having the option to chat with a representative via messaging. The only downfall that Starbucks may have is, will it work? Will they invest all this money to put in kiosks and not expect the results they wanted because people are on the go, go, go? This is something that would have to be tested first in busy stores to see if people actually will use them. As we jump into the organization domain, in order for the company to succeed, they have to have reliable employees. Without the beacon system in place, not all employees are held accountable, only the ones at the register. The beacon system will allow Starbucks to pinpoint the exact time the dissatisfaction happened and by what employee. Depending on the severity of the situation, Starbucks can determine if they need to give the employee a warning, retrain them, suspend them, or even terminate them. Another factor at play is the integrity of the surveys conducted. The employees have already submitted their information as far as their telephone numbers and email addresses. With the new system in place, if a survey comes in with either one of these methods matching, the survey is null and void. This is a strength and a weakness as it helps keep the integrity of the survey intact. If the employee knows of this tactic, they can just use another process to complete the survey that doesn't match their info. On the other hand, if they don't know about this process, it is a great tool for a true survey for Starbucks. Another spin on this aspect is when you have a disgruntled employee who may have been fired and is attempting to sabotage the store. This scenario could potentially be secured by keeping track of who is giving the bad reviews for the specific stores. If the same person gives 3 bad reviews, a red flag should go up and not count against the store's customer voice scores. Through the implementation of a new form of customer satisfaction program, Starbucks will enjoy an opportunity of even greater success. This new program will be one that will give more accurate metrics to be able to base a customer's true satisfaction level, not just one of a pass or fail. This true level of satisfaction will be a huge value to Starbucks upper management executives, all the way down to the individual partner or barista. One of the most notable opportunities for the usage of the process domain within the Starbucks is the further development of ways to improve customer loyalty. The process domain will allow Starbucks to develop the necessary processes and procedures at a local store level to bring about immediate change and improvement. Through this new metric satisfaction system, the local store will be able to get ratings and feedbacks in areas success as cleanliness, timeliness, etc. Based on the new and improved customer voice, the information knowledge domain will have the opportunity to gain extensive knowledge. This knowledge will not only be extensive in amount, it will have even more accurate ratings. This information and knowledge will be received and the central server then distributed out to retail locations. Local store managers will then be able to analyze and dissect the information and be able to address how their individual store is performing within the organization. This information will also be of use on a corporate level. The organizational trends will be accurately tracked along with the local market trends. Due to the improvements to the customer service system already in place, the infrastructure domain would need minimal upgrading. One infrastructure opportunity that does exist for Starbucks is the local store level. Local stores would be to have individual kiosks installed so that individuals could take surveys while still in the local retailer. This would encourage individuals to log in and surveys to be completed. Starbucks would offer incentives such as free drinks or food items to those participating. The organization domain will have the opportunity to be further enhanced through increased customer service and loyalty. As Starbucks continues its historic rise, the organization will have to continue to grow to keep pace. This influx into the organizational domain will increase not only its workforce, but its technological base and its corresponding individual domains. Though the changes in customer voice, Starbucks continues on its path towards becoming a more customer-centric organization. During its corporate life, Starbucks has enjoyed unprecedented levels of customer satisfaction and loyalty. However, the new customer voice program will allow Starbucks management the access to the latest and true levels of customer satisfaction. Having this incredible valuable data will give the local store managers and employees the ability to make necessary adjustments immediately instead of waiting for trends and information that may get bogged down in corporate channels. This new customer voice will allow Starbucks to gain even more loyalty and to customize customer service down to the local retail level. In turn, it will provide even more opportunities for the expansion for Starbucks. For the new customer relations program to be implemented within Starbucks locations, several risks need to be recognized. Some of these risks are the indefinite cost for the in-store kiosks, as well as the cost of developing an upgraded software system that can flag an inflated employee survey submission based on the employee's individual identification number. Another risk that Starbucks may face is the potential of losing customers if changes are not implemented in stores quick enough to maintain a loyal customer base. Also, if the company does not perpetuate quality employee satisfaction program, Starbucks endures the risk of high employee turnover rate. This has the potential to correlate to disgruntled employees that will have a negative effect on the company's customer satisfaction goals. The risks within Starbucks infrastructure can be minimized by tracking survey responses within a specified number of high-traffic stores in order to gauge feedback as well as the feedback usage at the company's new kiosks. It would be an organizational risk if regional managers did not offer employee incentives. These incentives correlate to a higher level of sales percentages and also result in a higher level of completely satisfied customers. As we move on to the deployment process domain, the original system scores any answer below completely satisfied as a failing grade. With the new system in place, it will score anything below satisfied as a failing grade. This will improve the accuracy of reporting customer satisfaction, and it will help store managers with strategic planning. This is a crucial domain for the new system because the purpose of the system is to collect data directly from the customers to enable Starbucks stores to better meet the needs of their customers. The new system will provide a wider range of values from completely satisfied to completely unsatisfied. Having these intermediate values rather than pass or fail like the original system will be extremely beneficial when it comes to analysis and reporting. Now managers will be able to pick out areas that may be receiving mediocre scores that may have been overlooked with the old system. The new program will be federalized for each store, but the data will be stored at one centralized location at the corporate office support centers because Starbucks stores are so small it will not be space efficient to have these fairly large storage devices housed at the stores. The managers can easily access this data through their computers through Starbucks network. The purpose of this program is to help Starbucks fulfill their company's mission, connect with, laugh with, and uplift the lives of customers and ensure their stores evoke a sense of belonging, a break from the worries outside. With this new system, managers will be able to better train their employees in areas that need improvement based on the data collected from the customer surveys. Because managers will be able to better train their employees, they will be able to connect with the customers better, show an improvement in relationships, loyalty, and build a sense of community. In conclusion, the newly improved system devised for Starbucks helps solve most of the issues they have in place now. By implementing an easier way for customers to take the survey, adding kiosk in-scores, tracking the employees better for overall customer service, increasing the standard goal of business activities. Today, companies face their toughest competition because they move from a product and sales philosophy to a marketing philosophy, which gives a company a better chance of outperforming competition. In turn, it's all about how you market yourself, and one of the most important factors is to have a good image amongst consumers, as Starbucks does, because they strive to deliver quality customer service for highly satisfied to 95%, but also implementing satisfied as a passing score. Additionally, the new system made sure the stores received ample feedback instead of the generic, "Your store was dirty" or "Your store gave bad customer service." This was done through a more in-depth survey. The survey's questions had more detail to them, but the survey itself is just as easy, if not easier, to take. Customer satisfaction has been a central concept and is an important factor for success.